Hello everyone. Today I am going to tell about the plant pathology subject will be studied in the BSc Agriculture course and also in the BSc Botany students. So first going to the subject, we should know its importance in crop production and what are the milestones which led to the development of this subject plant pathology and how the plant diseases are impacting crop production. So first going to the subject, first we should know why we have to study this plant pathology subject. Crop losses are due to pests are major challenge for the food production, and these pest attacks at various crop stages and causes heavy yield losses and which lead to the heavy economic losses. And these pests includes insects, weeds, and pathogens. In pathogens, fungi, bacteria, viruses, nematode, and some of the rodents such as rats and other animals, which causes losses to the farmers and which reduces the farmer incomes. Globally, pest destroys 20 to 40 production of the 20 to 40% of the crop production. Means 20 to 40% is lost due to this pest alone. In pests, insect causes 10 to 16%, plant pathogen causes 12 to 13%, and weeds 9 to 10% losses. Among the insects, the major pests are that is recently outbreak fall armyworm, locusts, aphids, and stem borers. In these figures, you can see some of the insects which are causing heavy losses on the crop. So next is plant pathogens. Plant pathogens. The important disease is wheat rust. It is a fungal disease, and rice blast in rice, which causes huge losses. Panama fusarium wilt. Panama wilt in banana, and which is caused due to the fungus known as fusarium oxysporum. In other crops also, the fusarium causes wilt diseases. And now recently, many viruses causes heavy losses in crop production. Coming to the weeds, weed especially plant striga, that is striga here you can see in the figure. Striga alone causes 20 to 80% loss. Okay. In nematodes, root knot nematodes. In root knot nematodes, you can see here root knots on the vegetable, that is mainly tomato root causes knots which reduces the yield and other cash crops. The economic impact of this disease is this is one, that is annually these crop losses exceed 220 billion, and this is a huge amount. In Africa, only a single pest, that is fall armyworm, causes 2 to 6 billions losses, and other countries especially in developing countries, the crop losses are up to 30 to 40%, and hence these losses are very huge. We have to reduce these losses to feed the growing population, because land is limited and much of the land available which is not sufficient for the growing populations. Hence we have to reduce the crop losses. Now coming to the important diseases which led to the famines. One important is Irish famine, which took place in Ireland in 1845, which is caused due to Phytophthora infestans. And this single disease took 1 million deaths due to starvation, because at that time the potato was the staple crop of the Europeans or Ireland people, and there is no other source or there is no other food to eat. Hence, they started starving due to non-availability of the food. So this led to the death to the 1 million people, and 2 million people migrated from Ireland to other neighboring countries. Coming to the next important disease is Bengal famine, which was took place in Indian state West Bengal, which is due to the fungus known as Helminthosporium or bipolaris virae on rice. This also causes severe crop failure, which led to the starvation and food shortage. Food shortage hence led to the starvation and death of the people. Around 2 to 3 million people were dead due to this disease, single disease. And some of say that it is also some of the political reasons that led to this famine like situation in West Bengal. Next important disease is coffee rust, which is caused due to the fungus known as Hemilia vestatis in Sri Lanka. This is also one of the important disease which led the farmer to change the crop. Means they switched this coffee cultivation to tea plantation. Next is sugarcane mosaic and ratoon stunting in North India, especially in North India. This is due to mosaic is due to the sugarcane mosaic virus. Ratoon stunting is due to the bacteria Clavibacter zalli, and thus led to the total collapse of the sugar industry in North India. And next important disease is southern corn blight. This is due to the fungus known as bipolaris medis. This single disease led to the 50% crop lost, and this led to the 1 billion loss. Taro leaf blight. Next is taro leaf blight. Here you can see the crop taro. This is taro. This is especially a root crop, and the disease is taro leaf blight, which is caused due to Phytophthora colocaceae. 95% of the crop was lost due to this single disease, because taro was the staple food crop of this Samoa people. Next important disease is cassava mosaic disease. This is caused due to cassava mosaic virus, which is in South Africa, which led to the food insecurity. Taro is also one of the widely consumed food in Saharan African country. So now first we should understand why we have to study this plant pathology. Plant pathology or phytopathology, both are same. The pathology word, that is pathos, is from Greek word. It is Greek word. Pathos means suffering. Logos means to study or to discourse. Discourse means the plant pathology is a subject which study of plant diseases and pathogens. Plant pathology is the scientific study of plant diseases and pathogens and environmental conditions. It aims to understand the prevent and manage plant diseases to ensure healthy crop production and food security. The important definition of plant pathology is plant pathology is a branch of agricultural sciences that deals with the study of causes, mechanisms, spread, and control of plant diseases. This is whenever in exam, if they ask what is the plant pathology, this is general definition you can write, and this covers all the words, that is plant diseases, their causes, symptoms, spread, methods to prevention and control. One of the important book by Gian Agrios is there on plant pathology. According to him, plant pathology is a science that studies plant diseases caused by pathogens and environmental conditions. Major causes of plant diseases are fungi, bacteria, viruses, nematode, phytoplasma, and some of the abiotic conditions such as drought, temperature stress, nutrient deficiencies. The fungi causes rust, smuts, and mildews. Examples, these are the examples. Bacterial examples are blights and wilts. Viruses causes mosaic leaf culls, yellow vein, etc. Nematode causes root knot. Root knot you can see here, a root knot nematode. Root knot, and wilts you can see here, wilt. And mosaic you can see here. And rust you can see on the leaves. And this is a smut in wheat. Okay, next. And what we are studying in plant pathology. Key areas of study includes etiology, study of cause of the disease. Etiology is the study of cause of the disease. Epidemiology is how disease spread and develop. Symptoms, we will study symptoms also in this course. Visual signs like wilting, spot, yellowing, etc. And how the disease spreads, disease cycle, and how the pathogen interacts with the host plants. Finally, disease management through chemicals, biological control agents, and resistant varieties. Okay. So before going to the history of the plant pathology, what our religious books tell about plant pathology, we should understand. In Vedas, you can see in Vriksha Ayurveda, it is mentioned plant diseases and their care and the treatment using herbal and natural substances. And in Vedas, in Vedic thought, crop failure is due to disturbances, cosmic balance, dharma. Sometimes this lead to the evil spirit, weather conditions, or neglect, or the punishment from the god. In Bible, plant diseases were mentioned, such as blights, mildews, locust outbreaks, and they consider these are the part of ancient agriculture life. Though lacking modern biology, the Bible documented real phenomena that plant pathology will later study scientifically. Means they recorded the many diseases such as blights, mildews, and locusts. Now coming to the Quran, Quran also tells of the diseases, and Quran tells how vital plant health to the human survival. The impact of natural factors on crop, what modern science is called as a plant pathology. Means famines and huge losses are caused due to the diseases. A connection between spiritual conduct and agriculture prosperity was recorded in now coming to the hadiths, additional hadiths of prophet sayings. In many hadiths you can see avoid monoculture, plant diversity is better. Monoculture means now also we are following this practice. If monoculture is there, the disease outbreak is seen. So the hadiths are valid till day, and these practices are going on presently also. Means how they how this how to manage diseases. For management, they also use natural remedies like black seed. Inspired herbal solutions for plant protection because that time there was no chemicals. In another hadith, soil health irrigation. Soil health is also important for management of soil-borne pathogens. So these are the important uh, these are the important books which says about the plant pathology, and they recorded many diseases. Now the plant pathology history is divided into ancient and pre-modern era, that is before 1800 century. Ancient terms, times Ancient times, early farmers observed plant diseases but attributed them to supernatural causes. These are due to the god curses or punishment. First, first recorded observation of plant disease was Theophrotus in his book known Enquiry into the Plants. Middle Ages, rust and smuts were noted, but scientific understanding was not there at that time. Birth of modern plant pathology. Anton de Berry he is known as the father of plant pathology. He proved fungi causes diseases in Phytophthora infestans. Fungi causes diseases in potato, leading to the Irish famine. Some of the important scientists who discovered Louis Pasteur, Robert Koch discovered Koch bacillus, discovery of bacteria, that is T.J. Burrill showed bacteria causes disease on fire blight. This is the first plant pathogenic bacteria discovered. Expansion and technology in 19th century, viral diseases were discovered. Martinus Pizzering identified viruses TME, that is he showed that the uh, virus can virus can pass through the bacterial filters, and he named it as Contagium vivum fluidum. Chemicals in plant disease management. This Bodo mixture was developed by P.A. Millardet to manage the downy mildew in grapes. In 1940s to 60s, DDT was used, and also some of the systemic fungicides were developed. And the normal Borlong, he introduced rust resistant wheat varieties, which led to the green revolution, and which boosted the crop production, which led to the high production of wheat in the country. Next, now coming to the modern era, in 21st century, molecular plant pathology such as DNA sequencing, genetic engineering were allowed, were utilized for understanding the plant pathology subject, and some of the integrated pest IPM practices were used, such as they are combined with biological, chemical, and cultural managers to reduce the losses in crops. Chemical change and emerging diseases. So now some emerging diseases are also seen, such as viral diseases, Fusarium multicellular. This studied in this century. Key milestones. Now coming to the key milestones in plant pathology. In 1853, late blight of potato, which which emphasized the need for the plant disease control. Means how this single disease can causes losses, which lead to the famine condition and death of many people. And this emphasized people to understand and manage these diseases. 1995, first plant pathology journal was founded. In 1972, viruses were discovered by Diner. He is Diner. Figure you can see the Diner scientist who discovered viruses. And Professor A. Millardet of Millardet University who discovered Bodo mixture. And he is Martinus Beijering who discovered virus That is, he showed that virus TME can pass through the bacterial filter. And TJ Bro, he showed he showed uh, Irvinia amylovora is caused due to the bacteria. He is Norman Borlaug. He introduced wheat rust resistant varieties in India, which led to the good crop yields in wheat. Now coming to the historical data, ancient times. In ancient times, these diseases are due to the supernatural things. These are due to the uh, God curse or punishment to the people. They thought that these are diseases are due to the God curse or punishment. Before 18th century, that is, these are no scientific evidences were seen on the plant diseases. In 1807, first scientific approach. Till it, he proved that the smut can transfer from infected to healthy through seed. He showed how the smut can transfer. And next, the beginning of the experimental plant pathology. Anti-antibody known as plant pathology. He proved that lead blight of potato is caused due to the fungus known as Phytophthora infestum. In 1850, he discovered nematodes, Berkeley and Thulasne. In 1850, discovery of nematodes causing root knot of wheat, Berkeley and Thulasne confirmed cause of plant disease. In 1800, Louis Pasteur and Robert Koch described causal organisms. In 19 to 1940, scientific classification of pathogens, you can see, focus on bacteria, fungi, and nematodes. Ian Smith, he is a pioneer in bacterial plant pathology. Beijing identified tobacco mosaics, I already told. Post chemical, in the 1940s, chemicals were discovered, and H.H. Lowe gave gene for gene hypothesis. In 1952 80s, advances in genetics and electron microscopic were seen. Werner Planck wrote his book Plant Epidemiology of Plant Diseases. K.C. Mehta worked on the rust diseases in India. In 1980 to 2000, biotechnology emerged. Use of DNA markers, PCR, etc. were used in recent times. James Cook, he worked on biocontrol and movement nematode. Present science is study of genomics, CRISPR, RNA technology, etc. Now in this figure we can see the Julius Kuhn. Julius Kuhn and Anton D. Berry. He is known as the father of plant pathology. He showed that lead blight is due to the Phytophthora infestans. 1 BC to 300 BC, first description of plant diseases was seen. In 1807, study of wheat burnt by Tillet was done. And 1845, lead blight of potato is due to the Phytophthora infestan. 1850, the fungus was identified. That is, 1850, he identified a fungus which causes lead blight in potato. T.J. Burrell identified first plant pathogenic bacteria in 1878. Sorry, it is by mistake. One is written double here. It is printing mistake. It is 1878. 2G Burrell. In 1886, discovery of viruses was seen. Studies on plant disease resistance by Stockman. Millardet of France developed Bordeaux mixture for control of downy mildew in 1885. Prevost used sulfur to manage powdery mildews. Stockman used chemical use. He emphasized on use of chemicals. Johnson pioneered organic fungicide and in agriculture. He introduced diethiocarbonates. W.C. Sander and Hansen used chlorofluorine gas for soil-borne pathogens. Phosphal, he contributed systemic fungicide development and fungicide evaluation skills. Various cross diseases in mid-1920s. Thawson studied fungicide resistance in soil in fusarium diseases. Care pioneered chemical use after chemical seed treatment in crop protection for soil-borne diseases. DGA Wacky, he studied on viruses and use of chemotherapy for viruses. These are some of the important scientists you can see here. Even F. Smith, he is an American scientist. He identified Erwinia ammoniaria, first plant pathogenic bacteria. Behring, he identified uh, virus that is TME. He named it as Contagium vivum fluidum. Karan Mehta, he is called Rust Man. He studied many rust diseases and how they spread in Indian context. HS Floor gave gene for gene hypothesis. Now in this figure you can see Millardet. The main contribution is, and he developed Bodo mixture. These are the scientists laid the foundation for modern chemical disease management in agriculture. Now chemicals in first plant disease management. First systematic that is First systemic fungicide developed by von Schmeling and Kulka in 1961. That is oxygen derivatives, carboxyn and oxycarboxyn. This carboxyn is for smut, carboxyn is for smut, and oxycarboxyn is for rust. Okay, this is for smut, and this is for rust. This carboxyn is used as a seed treatment to manage rust, and this oxycarboxyn is used as foliar spray for management of rust. And some of the reference books and fundamental books in plant pathology. The core books which led to the development of the plant pathology subject. That is an important book by the German scientist Anton Berry. That is understanding it is in German language. In English, it will become research on smart fungi. It is the first book wrote by Anton Berry. Julius Kuhn wrote Diseases of Cultivated Crops. First systematic textbook on plant diseases laid groundwork for agricultural pathology. Next book is Diseases of Cultivated Crops, Smith. Early English language. So this is first English language book on plant pathogens. And Manual of Plant Diseases by Stevens. This is early manual for plant pathogens. In 20th century, plant pathology book by G.N. Agrios. It is one of the widely used book. It is a standard for global integrated modern plant pathological principles. Next book is The Nature and Practices of Biological Control by James Cook and Baker. Different biological control strategies for plant pathogens. And Wonderplank wrote book Plant Disease Epidemiology, pioneered mathematical modeling of disease spread. Principles of plant infection, Hislop, advanced understanding of host-pathogen interaction. Specialized books such as The Fungi. By Ainsworth and Wisby. The virus disease controlled by Kenneth Smith. Early virological book. The plant pathology at advanced treatise by J.J. Hospital and A.E. Diamond. Multi-volume series on experimental plant pathology. For Indian context, diseases of crop plants in India, Pamunkar. It is one of the important book. Next is Fungi and Plant Diseases by K.C. Mehta. It is emphasized on cereal rust in India. Modern important books, the molecular plant pathogen interaction Pamela C. Ronald. Commenting on plant diseases. This is a golden reference for diagnosis in apple for apple diseases. Why these books matter? Why we have to study? D. Berry established plant pathology as science and agreed standardized academic teachings globally. Cook and Baker revolutionized biocontrol agents. Use of biocontrol agents in plant disease management. Wonderplant introduced quantitative epidemiology for disease-resistant breeding. Next books are fundamental books. That is Research on Smart Fungi by Henrik D. Berry. Diseases of cultivated crops in 1850 by Julius Kuhn. Diseases of cultivated crops by Warlington and G. Smith. 20th century classics. Important classical books means they are important classical. First edition in 1960. Plant Pathology by George Agrias. First edition 1965. This tells of the modern plant pathological principles. Integrated book it is. Next book is Nature and Practice of Biological Plant Pathogens by James Cook, Kenneth Baker, and defined modern biocontrol strategies in plant disease management. Next is Plant Disease Epidemiology by Wonderplant. Introduce mathematical modeling of disease spread. Hislop, Principles of Plant Infection. Principles of Plant Infection, Significant Advanced Host Pathogen Interaction Studies. Modern references such as Molecular Plant Interactions, as already told by Pamela and Ronald. Compendium of Plant Disease series ongoing. It is recent book for apple disease. Thank you for watching this video. In next video, I will going to cover the important terms used in the plant pathology and other plant pathological aspects, diseases caused due to fungi, bacteria and viruses. What are the important diseases, and I will describe what is fungi, bacteria and viruses and their classification etc. will be studied in the coming videos. So if you like my video, please share, like and subscribe.